Camera movement can make your videos look more dynamic. In addition to lighting, it's one of the more important aspects of filmmaking. However, how do you achieve that smooth video and not get the rough, shaky, handheld look if you're going for a more smooth look? Well, there's a lot of options out there: gimbals, tripods, stabilized lenses, digital stabilization in camera, and digital stabilization in your software, whether it be Adobe Premiere Pro with Warp Stabilizer or a stabilizer in DaVinci Resolve, or whatever stabilization you have available to you in your software. There's also stabilized sensors where the sensor itself has stabilization in the camera. Now you can use multiple different methods together, or you can only use one. But if you're like me and a lot of other filmmakers out there and you're balling on a budget, you may want to consider some different methods if you don't have that several grand to spend on that steady rig gimbal combo ultra stabilized Ronin S Superman rig. And we're going to go over some of those methods today. Starting off, let's take a look at the humble tripod, which is one of the most underrated pieces of equipment that a videographer may have. Let's start off with getting those smooth tilts with just a tripod. First up, safety. Be careful. I'm not responsible if you break your equipment. Moving on. First, make sure that your camera is secure and more weighted to the front with a heavier lens, or by readjusting your camera until the weight will make it tilt down. When the tilt control is loosened, then adjust the tilt control to allow for some resistance so that the tilt is not so fast. Remember, you can adjust the tilt control while the camera is tilting to speed it up, slow it down, or even stop the camera if you wanted the movement to stop on your subject. Now, how to do those dolly shots without a dolly? Well, you'll need a tripod or something to secure the camera on. Next, you're going to need a blanket, towel, sheet, or something to help slide your tripod with. Lastly, you're going to need a smooth floor or smooth surface that you can scoot or pull the tripod on. Put your blanket on the floor, set your tripod up, and push or pull to follow your subject. This can also be used to do orbit shots and use it to make a makeshift horizontal slider. Now for the vertical slide shots, let's take a look at how to get sliding shots from a tripod. This trick will work to get you a vertical slide shot with a tripod. First, make sure your camera is secure on your tripod as always. Next, extend your tripod neck all the way and grip it with one hand on the tripod neck. Hit record on your camera and let the tripod neck slide through your fingers. This will give you a vertical downward slide. The middle part of your clip should be the most stable, and for a rising slide, just reverse the clip in your editing software. Also, you may want to film in either 60 frames per second or 120 frames per second if your camera has that option, to give you the ability to slow the clip down in post. Remember, 60 frames per second can be slowed down to around 40% speed, whereas 120 frames per second can be slowed down to around 20% speed, and that gives you the smooth motion blur in your footage. I actually learned this method from Mark Holtze, who has a YouTube channel, and he is pretty good and knowledgeable on vintage lenses. I actually picked up one of the lenses that he suggested using, and it is good. Look into the Pentax Super Multi-Coated Takumar series of lenses if you're considering vintage lenses. They're more affordable than some of the FD Canon lenses, and of course they don't cost an arm and a leg and a kidney like a Carl Zeiss set would. However, do your own due diligence and research and make sure that they are the lenses for you. If you're too broke to have a tripod, or if a tripod just isn't an option, or you're wanting to get some shots where you can't use the tripod, some more handheld shots, some more movement in your shots, here are some methods to do it with just a camera strap. So when you're doing this, if you only have a camera strap, you don't have a tripod, you want to make sure the camera strap is secure on the camera. Place it around your neck and then hold the camera tight, applying some force, and the camera strap will kind of help stabilize the camera. And then you can move the camera side to side or up and down and have a little more stabilization. And when you're twisting, try to twist with your body. Twist with your body, not with your arms like that, but use your whole body and twist using your, like I'm doing, I'm using my body to twist. Notice my arms are trying to keep the camera secure and stable. If you're moving it with your arms, then you're not getting the tension from the camera strap, and you're also losing the stability that your arms provide for the camera. And of course you can do the Peter McKinnon method of tripping. Do the same as before. You want to pull forward with your camera strap around your neck to get some resistance, and then lean forward with one foot extended. As you fall, catch yourself with the foot that you have extended. Like with the vertical slider tripod technique, the footage in the middle of the clip will probably be the most smooth, aka the footage of when you were following. Like the vertical slider method, the footage in the middle is probably going to be the most smooth and what you need to use from your clips. Alright, so we're going to be looking at how to run video stabilization in Adobe Premiere Elements, the 2021 version, and DaVinci Resolve. So first we're going to be looking at Adobe. So let's open Adobe Premiere Elements. I already have a tab open up down here. Once it's opened, depending on your preference, once it's opened, it may open up in quick or guided. Always set it to expert if you're going to be doing more advanced video editing in Adobe Premiere Elements. After you've completed that, you want to add your media. Just import your video clip. After you've added it to your media bin, you can click and drag it down here, or you can alternatively just click and drag the video file directly into the video editor timeline. Now once that's done, I'm going to go up here to Adjustments, click on Adjustments, Shake Reduction, and you can either use Quick or Detailed. I'm just going to click on Quick, and then it starts running the shake reduction. Also, pro tip, you need to let this complete the running before you export the video, otherwise you will get this purple bar and this white text in your video, and it's not going to look good unless that's what you're going for. But most people probably don't want the shake reduction in progress on their video. So that's how you do it in Adobe Premiere Elements 2021. Moving along to DaVinci Resolve, I already have a tab open down here. You want to open up DaVinci Resolve, and same as before, import your video clips or video clip. Click on the clip that you want to run the stabilization. Then you go up to Inspector, and Inspector allows you to change several things. You can change the composite mode from normal to several others. You can change the size with the transform options. You can also rotate. You can run the dynamic zoom, which is going to automatically animate a zoom for your video. And you can also run the stabilization, which is what we're here for. There are three different types: perspective, similarity, and translation. Perspective is the one that runs the least amount of stabilization. As you go down the list, this one runs more stabilization, and this one has even more stabilization. So depending on the clip, if your clip has a lot of movement, you may want to use the second or third option. If it has just needs a little bit of stabilization, you may want to use this one or the second option.
Most of the times you're probably going to be using the second option. Maybe. It depends on the clip. You have several things you can adjust. You can adjust the cropping ratio, which will control the amount of crop. Smooth, which will control how smooth the video looks. And the strength, how aggressive the stabilization is.
And if you like this video, remember, don't subscribe to Mott Media. Go subscribe to better channels like Epic Light Media, where you can learn about lighting, or Potato Jet, where you can learn about expensive camera gear. Or better yet, go subscribe to Mark Holtze, and you can learn about vintage lenses and save some money. Until next time, this is Justin Mott. Stay safe, be amazing.